welcomes the weekend. NBC Tonight.
I'm turning the world into one giant game board.
This is awesome!
To win, answer one question.
Where are we?
I ain't got a dadgum clue where we're at, and a bug bit me on the lip. Not great!
Clues are everywhere. Start putting them together.
We know where we are. Sound of Music was in Austria.
Yeah, Cinderella on the rock. Who's the baddest of them all? Us.
Play nice, you turkeys.
Destination X, May 27th on NBC and Peacock.
Live from Rhinelander, this is Newswatch 12 at 10. The Northwoods' best news. News from where you live starts now.
Good evening, I'm Dan Hagan. A tornado touched down in western Wisconsin this evening as severe weather moved through the state. The tornado hit the New Richmond area, causing damage to some structures. And New Richmond is near the Minnesota border north of the Twin Cities. Luckily, no injuries have been reported. Those same storms reportedly produced 1-inch hail as the front moved through. And here's a look at some of the damage. Thousands of Wisconsin residents, mostly in the southwestern part of the state, have lost power. Also seen were golf ball-sized hail. Strong winds took down a grain silo in Juneau, Wisconsin, and we've had a few minor reports of damage in the Northwoods. And Chase Ropeneck had a long day of covering these storms.
Oh, but it was a fun one.
Yeah, they're through though, right?
Yeah, that's right. Definitely, as we were just talking about damage, we had lots of damage in our viewing area as well. Lots of hail reports out there, a few tornadoes. But here in the Northwoods wasn't too bad. We had a few downed trees, but that was just about it. So we made it through this one pretty good. Temperatures not really cooling off too much after we were in the 70s and 80s out there for today, but 63 degrees now. Still got some moisture left behind, but then we will have another front sweep through going into tomorrow that will cool us off. But a lot of that warmth still staying down south as well, but lots of us in the 60s right now. And as we see the winds, not bad here in the Northwoods, but to the west, we are seeing a southwest wind now and more of a westerly wind in Wausau, right around 17 miles per hour. But definitely saw a little bit more wind earlier today. So we'll take this nice little breeze from the southwest out there right now as all of these storms have passed out of our viewing areas. Because we've got a few pop-up storms in the Northwoods right now in Oneida and Vilas, but not severe like this line of storm was now. And as it's going to the UP, it's in an environment that is not good for severe weather. So that they're starting to see those storms die down now. It's still good in Michigan, though, but all of it's out of our viewing area. Here's some of the reports across of our area for today. Lots of hail reports, right? That was the main threat for today. But a few tornado reports in there as well in our viewing area. There was one near Loyal, Wisconsin, and Clark County, and a few that were south of I'm thinking Stevens Point as well, yeah. And taking a look ahead into tonight, still pretty warm out there with that moisture out there. Our forecast low is right around 53 degrees. Dan?
Thanks, Chase. Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan pleaded not guilty today to federal charges that she tried to assist an undocumented immigrant escape arrest from a courtroom last month. At the 4-minute hearing, Judge Stephen Dries set Dugan's next hearing for July 9th and her trial for July 21st. The two charges, one a felony and the other a misdemeanor, carry a maximum penalty of 6 years in prison and a $350,000 fine. But sentences in cases involving nonviolent offenses typically are much shorter. And outside the courtroom on East Wisconsin Avenue, a couple hundred protesters demonstrated against President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown in Milwaukee and his administration's treatment of Dugan. People in the crowd on the courthouse steps held signs that read things like, "We are a nation of laws, defend democracy, and only fascists arrest judges." The Milwaukee Health Department discovered rodent droppings in Pulaski High School's main kitchen. They were found near a serving line and in a staff break room. A dead mouse was spotted on a sticky trap behind a cooler. The health department says students' breakfasts were prepackaged and lunch was prepared off-site. The health department gave the district a week to cover any structural entry points for the pests and to clean up the mouse mess. The Wisconsin Senate passed a bill that takes the state one step closer to using more nuclear energy. The Republican-authored bill establishes a nuclear siting study and passed the Senate with bipartisan support. This will enable the state to identify opportunities for nuclear development, including the location of sites suitable for nuclear fission or fusion technologies. There are currently 2 nuclear reactors operating in Wisconsin at the Point Beach nuclear plant in Two Rivers. These 2 reactors alone power over 1 million homes. Every other year, the Frank B. Kohler Mental Health Summit occurs, where mental health experts can meet, network, and exchange ideas on how best to treat people with mental illness. That summit happened today in Lac du Flambeau. Earlier, 150 people went to the summit at the Lake of the Torches Casino. Most of them were social workers, and others were community members looking to learn new things about mental health.
It's really, really important, I think, especially with May being Mental Health Month and Mental Health Awareness Month. I think bringing folks together, not only to talk about other people's mental health, but also to talk about the mental health of each other. And our own mental health is so important to reduce stigma and then to make sure that people are getting the help they need.
There were 4 speakers. The event lets mental health experts network and exchange ideas about new information that can benefit patients. The event also helps the workers themselves by giving them a break to take a break from their usual grind and reset their brain while learning new things.
We really wanted to create at least a day of some time and space for those providers to reflect on themselves so that they can go back in and do this great work.
The conference is held every other year, so the next one will be in 2027. A Tomahawk church that used a small bingo hall for their services is now getting ready to have their own building. Our own Christopher Bouchon has more on the church.
Churches can help the community in many different ways, and here in Tomahawk, Rock Church is getting ready to open their doors to a new building. 3 years ago, the Rock Church was born. As they grew in size of members, they hosted their ceremonies out of the bingo room at Sarah Park. Barry Rudisil, the pastor at Rock Church, said it was worth it but caused extra work.
Every week we'd come in, we would take down all the bingo stuff, set up the church, and we actually had curtains that covered the bingo numbers, the bingo signs. And then at the end of every week, we would take it all back down and reset it back for bingo that following week.
As the church continues to grow, they wanted to offer more than just a Sunday morning service and move to a 7-day-a-week schedule. To make it possible, they had to get their hands on an old church building in Tomahawk.
So the Rock Church reached out, we put together a bid proposal, and we submitted it to the city. We were the only ones to bid on this building, and because of that, we were able to get it at a reasonable price. It gives us the ability to renovate it.
Since the building is old, there is some interior and exterior fixes, such as new siding and roofing, that needs repair.
For the most part, inside the building, it's just a matter of repainting, putting carpeting down, and we do have a couple of walls that have been moved, some non-structural things.
Along with more services, they want to be more than a church and help the community with different programs.
We don't just want it for Sunday morning. 7 days a week, we want to be serving the community. We want seniors and people with disabilities to have a safe place to meet. We want to serve youth. We're going to run day camps, youth groups, all sorts of different programming.
While the new building is exciting, Rudisil is mostly happy the church will be accessible to everyone. Reporting in Tomahawk, Christopher Bouchon, Newswatch 12.
Thank you, Christopher. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at some uncontained Minnesota wildfires and a local family support group that just expanded after Weather with Chase right here on Newswatch 12.
Mark your calendars for Martinis in May. Saturday, May 17th at the Whitetail Inn. Live music with Tony Ocean. Tickets available online or at the Chamber office.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever and save $300, $600, or even $1,000 on your hard surface flooring purchase. Only at Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale.
Our prices will floor you.
Jake, I can't believe how big this place is.
American Marine Showroom is so big, you can literally run around the 3 giant showrooms of boats and pontoons.
I mean, it's huge.
We will beat any competing price by $500 and we'll match deposits up to $1,000. There is so much summer fun left. Make it even better by picking out your new boat from the biggest selection and biggest showroom in the USA, only at American Marine Shawano.
Epoxy concrete coatings are very solid, which is good for durability, but as concrete moves and settles over time, the epoxy can fail because it's not flexible and it can also peel and discolor. At Legacy, our concrete coatings are not only far more durable than traditional epoxy, they're also very flexible and will not fade, peel, or discolor, all backed by a lifetime warranty and installed in as little as 1 day. We're currently running our 60-60-60 sale, meaning you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off the installation or 60-month no-interest financing. Call the number below for your new floor today.
Look at how soft your towels are, Grandma.
Soft water really helps with that, and the soap savings really adds up. Did you know that it's less expensive to heat soft water than it is hard water?
Wow, that's great savings and good for the environment. Having good water does make a big difference in our family.
Speaking of family, look who it is.
Any service tech servicing your water equipment, call us at Maher's today.
What? No peanut butter and jelly sandwich today?
Maher Water, 888-796-2437.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale and get free carpet installation. That's right, free carpet installation for one room or the entire house. Only at Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale.
Our prices will floor you.
All right, welcome back, folks. We made it. We made it through the severe weather event for today, as it really was a fast-moving line of storms that went through the central portions of Wisconsin and through the Northwoods as well. But not too bad for damage-wise. We saw a few tornadoes out there, some hail, but once we got into the Northwoods, just a few down trees is all we really got. Temperature's still in the 60s right now with a south-southwest wind, only right around 5 miles per hour, but it'll pick up going into tomorrow. Dew points in those upper 50s still, and that pressure well below that 30-inch mark, but high pressure will start to fill in, but that really won't get into until we get into the early parts of next week, because that low pressure center is going to sit over us. So here we are now. We have a few pop-up storms in Vilas County right now, but those are not severe. All the severe weather is now out of our area, and it's really starting to die down as it gets near Marquette right now. Still ongoing in Michigan, though. They did have a few tornado warnings earlier, but most likely just a big damaging wind event, which is kind of like what we saw for today, even though we did have a few tornadoes out there. So here are the storm reports after what we saw there for today. So here in Rhinelander, a few down trees, right? We saw that in Lincoln County as well. But as you get into Wausau, here are those hail reports. Still saw some hail reports right around 1.75 inches. That's right around that golf to tennis ball size. And then down near south of Stevens Point, that's where we saw a few tornado reports over there. We saw that in Clark County as well, near Loyal, the town of Loyal is where you saw a confirmed tornado as well. And of course, west of Eau Claire, there's that new Richmond tornado that was very photogenic for today. But then again, all across of central, western, and even to portions of north central Wisconsin, saw a lot of downed trees out there for today, lots of wind damage, and definitely lots of hail reports out there for today. So speaking of wind damage, here is Merrill, an old Semco building, took a little bit of damage to the roof, and you can see that here as well. That damage to the roof did not look too good, but this was the only damage we really saw for that old Semco building, so not too bad out there. But here are some of the hail stones we saw out there for today. So this was in Dan, what is that town called? Oconomowoc, sorry. But that was southeast of our viewing area, almost sizes of the base of a baseball, right? So very large hail out there, getting over 2 inches in diameter. And this hailstone was in Eau Claire for today. That's getting close to, a little bit smaller than that last picture, but right around that tennis ball, maybe a little bit smaller than that, but still getting close to 2 inches in diameter for some of those hailstones out there for today. That does a lot of damage out there. So definitely some damage from the hail out there for today and damaging winds, but we're done with the severe weather. We do have a chance for a few more isolated pop-up storms for tomorrow, but they will not have any of the severe threats that we saw out there for today. And as we continue on, scattered showers will remain throughout Friday afternoon, kind of on and off showers as we get into your Saturday or Friday night into Saturday. That low pressure center will make its way over. This is when we're really going to cool off. Have a cold rain coming in tomorrow night as well. So keep that in mind, and we're really going to stay pretty cool throughout the rest of the week. So it's going to get windy for tomorrow as well, with that front making its way through. Right around the afternoon hours is where we can see gusts near 40+ miles per hour here throughout the Northwoods again. That stretches all the way down to areas like Rome, where you see 35+ mile per hour winds, and that's going to continue throughout much of the afternoon. But then as we get into tomorrow night, winds will be calm once again. For your Saturday afternoon, they'll pick up, but they're only going to be gusting near 20 to 25 rather than 40, like we're going to see out there for tomorrow. So here's the rest of the week, right? Really cooling off for your weekend. Back in the low to mid 50s. We'll get a little bit of some relief Monday and the Tuesday, low to mid 60s, cooling off Wednesday again. But then Thursday, that's when we'll get that relief back into the mid 60s heading into next week. So the storms have came to an end out there for tonight. Partly cloudy with lows in the low to mid 50s. Winds can still be gusting near 30 out there, but partly cloudy for tomorrow. A few isolated thunderstorms, nothing like we saw out there for today. Highs near 72 briefly, and then temperatures falling after that. 7-day forecast shows throughout the rest of your week a cool weekend. 60s for Monday and the Tuesday. A few storms can pop up down south Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday cooler in the 50s again, but mid 60s return for your Thursday. Dan?
Thanks, Chase. 2 wildfires in northern Minnesota continue to rage on uncontained. Those 2 fires are now burning more than 30,000 acres combined so far. The number of dead balsam firs and aspen helped accelerate the growth. Wind coming off area lakes likely intensified the fire. The Eastern Area Incident Management Team took control of managing these 2 wildfires yesterday. The team is more equipped to handle larger, more complex wildfires like this one.
Weather and fuels, followed by the terrain, are the 3 things that really dictate how a fire is going to burn and what direction it's going to go in.
Bulldozer crews are constructing a line on the south end. Air support dropped water yesterday to protect a communications tower. Mental health challenges affect not only those with a diagnosis, but also their loved ones and caretakers. A local organization is stepping in to provide support for the families who need it. Our reporter Lily Alstein has more.
When someone is living with a mental illness, it can take a toll on family members, often leaving them feeling stuck. That's why NAMI Northern Lakes is expanding its services to families with its newest support group.
Since 2011, NAMI Northern Lakes has been supporting those with mental illnesses, but they help more than those with a diagnosis.
The 2 women who founded it set as the mission to support people with mental illnesses and their families.
To help families, NAMI began a family support group in Woodruff 5 years ago. Board member and volunteer Mick Fiocchi saw the high attendance rates and wanted to expand that support to Rhinelander.
I know for a fact that there are many people in our community who could benefit from this. So that was really the motivation in making it happen.
Fiocchi now facilitates the Rhinelander group with his NAMI Northern Lakes Vice President, Lisa Miller, which began in early May. Any loved ones or caregivers who are in need of support are welcome to attend the meetings free of charge.
It doesn't have to be family members. It could be spouses, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever is trying to help someone who is dealing with a mental illness is welcome at Family Support Group.
This group gives everyone who attends a chance to share their stories and meet others experiencing similar situations in a comfortable and confidential environment.
And if you don't want to talk, if you just want to take in the lessons that other people have learned as being caregivers for people with mental illnesses, that's fine too. You come and you bring whatever you want to the group and you take whatever you can.
The Rhinelander Family Support Group meets the second Tuesday of every month in the lower level of Trinity Lutheran Church from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Reporting in Rhinelander, Lily Alstein, Newswatch 12.
Thanks, Lily. It was signing day at Wausau East as 3 athletes put pen to paper. See where they will be calling home next after the break.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Let's go.
Seatbelts?
Nah, don't worry about it.
All right.
Those dudes are going nowhere fast.
Donald Driver.
Buckle up, fellas. If you don't, it can cost you money or worse.
Got that. I told you.
You were right. Click it or kick it. Together, we can save lives.
Once the scar tissue has formed, it decreases mobility to the joint and you lose blood supply. This causes chronic pain.
It's non-invasive and you don't even feel it really. And I'm able to work out really good now without any pain at all.
Lasers can eradicate scar tissue, freeing the joint and giving you back your life.
It's employee pricing with the Ford crew.
Employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
So, You get employee pricing. You get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
STEM.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
You get employee pricing.
Choose FlexBuy on a new F-150 and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $1,000 retail bonus cash. Only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Coming up on Newswatch 12 today, we'll have your weekly edition of Y Watch at the YMCA of the Northwoods.
And temperatures are cooling off. Morning tune in on your Friday from 5 to 7 a.m.
It was signing day down in Wausau as the Wausau East Athletic Department had 3 athletes putting pen to paper as they announced where they will be continuing their athletic careers in the fall. For these athletes, it has been a long road and a long recruitment, but now they all have a place to call home for the foreseeable future as they sign letters of intent. It was signing day at Wausau East High School as 3 Lumberjacks put pen to paper to further their athletic careers. After leading East to the state basketball tournament, Jesse Napgezik is off to play hoops at Michigan Tech. After a change in college plans, he is signed with the Huskies.
I just committed to UMary before the basketball season, and coaching staff got fired, so things didn't work out there. Opened back up my recruitment and was really glad with the outcome. Signing with Michigan Tech, love the coaches, Coach Fleener and Coach Bittner, and, great program, closer to home, and great school as well.
His basketball teammate is off to college to play a different sport. Davis Winter, who powers the East baseball team on the pitcher's mound, is heading to Minnesota to play for Northwestern St. Paul. For the right-hander, signing in front of his family and friends was a special moment in his career.
Yeah, it's cool. Just all the support that I've had over the last 4 years, and just seeing everybody here supporting is pretty cool.
The final signee was Zach Poggle, who will be staying home to play junior hockey for the Wausau Cyclones. As one of the few area kids signing with the Cyclones, he is excited to share the same uniform with longtime opponents.
It's pretty cool. I played with some of these kids all throughout high school, and just getting to play with them is going to be a great opportunity. Get to know these guys and just try and become friends and teammates.
Signing day is always a special one for any athlete, and today 3 Wausau East seniors made it official that their athletic careers would continue beyond high school as 3 athletes signed to play at the next level. WIAA track and field regional meets are just 2 weeks away, and runners from all over gathered in Rhinelander for the Hodag Relays. Both track and field events were taking place before the weather came, as everybody is looking to get their best times on the board as the big meets of the season approach. There was a couple of state contenders on the track as Crandon's Taylor Karts and 3 Lakes Nolan Brown squared off in the 1,600-meter race, with Karts coming away with a narrow victory over his Northern Lakes Conference opponent. The events were in full swing all across the turf at Mike Webster Stadium as everyone is in high gear with the regionals right around the corner. And it was Rhinelander who was winning the events in both the boys and girls standings on the afternoon. However, the afternoon on the track was cut short by the weather, but the athletes putting forth some strong performances as all of them have eyes on UW lacrosse in June's state meet. And some softball scores from the night. Lakeland Union got a GNC win on their home field. They took down Northland Pines 23-0. DC Everest won their 19th game of the season as they improved to 19-2 with a 12-1 win over Wisconsin Valley rival Merrill. Rounding out the softball slate was Wisconsin Rapids, who got a Valley win of their own. They took down Wausau West in a tight one, winning it 4-3. And we were also able to squeeze some baseball in before the weather became a problem. DC Everest on the road came away with a 17-1 win over Wausau West. Down in Stevens Point, it was Pacelli who came away with an impressive win on their home diamond. They took down Rosholt in an 11-0 shutout. Northland Pines was on the road and ahead of Lakeland Union 6-3 before weather would bring an end to that contest. Now, here's this week's edition of Race Watch.
Race Watch 12 Fast Lane with Kate Heidemann is brought to you by Builder Service.
This coming weekend is the NASCAR All-Star Race from historic North Wilkesboro Speedway, and competing this year is a driver you may not have expected to see back at the Cup level. Harrison Burton will be returning to the Top Series to make a one-off start with Rick Ware Racing, bypassing the All-Star Open entirely thanks to his victory at last year's Fall Daytona race. not only making for Harrison's first time in the All-Star race, but also Rick Ware Racing's first All-Star in 13 years as an organization. He will be piloting the 51 in place of Cody Ware, who looks to race his way in using the number 15 in the All-Star Open. Switching gears now, we head to this past weekend's race from Kansas, where truthfully there isn't a lot to be said here. Kyle Larson was the man to beat, and anyone that had a legitimate shot at the 5 car failed to capitalize for one reason or the other. William Byron blew a tire and spun while coming to pit road. Denny Hamlin didn't have a clutch the entire race, eventually being taken out of contention via a destroyed transaxle. After stage 2, Chase Elliott and Brad Keselowski gave Larson a run for his money, but eventually the 9 faded and Keselowski blew a tire chasing Larson down, hitting the wall in a major way and ending what was his best run so far this season. From here, there'd be a series of huge cautions, resulting in some big names being sent to the garage with destroyed cars. The worst of which being for Justin Haley and Eric Jones that also collected Bubba Wallace. Up front, remaining undeterred, was Kyle Larson. Even with Alex Bowman and Christopher Bell holding a decent pace, without another caution, Larson was able to leave the rest of the field in another zip code, running off with win number 3, tying for most this season with Christopher Bell. In the fast lane, Kate Heidemann, Race Watch 12.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Northwoods Furniture, Eagle River.
Summer's here, and with the new Toyota, you can start your summer with a splash. Nailed it.
Right now, get 1.99% APR for 72 months on a tough new Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
You don't need to battle addiction alone. Contact the great people at Wood Violet Recovery today. You could be on your way to recovery the same day. Wood Violet Recovery works with a wide range of insurance networks, so a large portion of your treatment may be covered. Wood Violet Recovery will create the treatment plan that best suits your needs. Unlike other rehab facilities, phones and laptops are welcome. Today may feel dark, but there's a brighter tomorrow. Contact Wood Violet Recovery now.
Planning an exciting outdoor excursion? You need the app from the weather team you can rely on. The WJFW Weather Watch app, featuring hourly and daily forecasts, high-resolution imagery, and opt-in push alerts to let you know when severe weather approaches. With all these features, you'll know the best days to cast a line or when it will be perfect to explore the wilderness. The WJFW Weather Watch app is available in your app store now. Weather Watch 12, from where you live.
Big things are happening in neighborhoods all over Wisconsin where an all-new scratch game from the Wisconsin Lottery is making a splash. It is absolutely amazing. It's $2,000 loaded, a brand new $20 scratch game. It's a number match game with over 1,900 top prizes of $2,000 and over $7 million in total prizes. Now available at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
All right, everybody. I know it's easy to forget things, but we don't want you to miss this new deal from U.S. Cellular. Save big with our best price ever. Just $15 a line when you get 4 lines.
Ooh, I could save enough to buy a gift for my understanding wife.
Sorry, I'm late. Ooh, that's a great deal. I have a facial. This was fun.
Oh, come on. You have flowers? Save big with our best price ever. Just $15 a line when you get 4 lines. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Summer's here, and with the new Toyota, you can start your summer with a splash. Nailed it.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $309 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
In what sounds like a biblical plague, thousands of bugs have once again invaded parts of Utah. Alex Cabrero has the story.
It's kind of like nature's version of bubble wrap. Except every little pop is a little more disgusting.
Yeah, they're just gross. They're very noisy.
Bobette White lives in the small town of Holden, where you can tell spring has sprung when these 6-legged creatures start hopping.
Well, it seems like for the last couple of weeks, they just have come out of from the back fields and they just get on the freeway.
Mormon crickets, thousands of them, making it look like the road is moving. They're not at White's house yet, but she's seen pictures of what it'll look like if they do.
I have neighbor friends that have had pictures that they're on their houses on the side of the walls. So,
and if that's not bad enough,
they just devoured people's gardens and lawns and I don't know, they're just, between those two, they're very destructive.
And yes, people here have been joking about bringing in some extra help, similar to what was done in those old pioneer stories.
So so it's kind of a joke that, we need the seagulls to come and save us.
Until then, folks here will continue to do what they've always done. Live with it, laugh at it, and avoid walking barefoot for a while.
You just can't stand to be with them.
For a limited time at Cellcom, new lines save up to $1,000 on Galaxy S25 Ultra. The new Galaxy S25 series with Galaxy AI puts your own personal assistant in the palm of your hand. Stop in or visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Get an 11% rebate on your roofing project at Menards. Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements and represents up to 40% of your home's exterior. Owens Corning Architectural Shingles offer ultimate protection and enhances your home's appearance with over 40 options to choose from. Get an 11% rebate on all Owens Corning shingles right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Epoxy concrete coatings are very solid, which is good for durability, but as concrete moves and settles over time, the epoxy can fail because it's not flexible and it can also peel and discolor. At Legacy, our concrete coatings are not only far more durable than traditional epoxy, they're also very flexible and will not fade, peel, or discolor, all backed by a lifetime warranty and installed in as little as 1 day. We're currently running our 60-60-60 sale, meaning you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off the installation or 60-month no-interest financing. Call the number below for your new floor today.
Keep 13 grand in your pocket when you buy your next truck. Check this out. This 2024 High Country is 85 grand. This used 2024 is 72. Buy the used and keep the 13 grand. If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Come out to Len's Truck today. We have hundreds of high-quality used trucks, all priced to move.
Len's Truck. Len's Truck. We got the trucks at Len's Truck.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources now. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org.
From enterprises to our favorite coffee joints, at Cellcom, we make it our business to help technology work better for you. Because as a Wisconsin business, we know what it takes to thrive. Let's talk about what we can do for your business.
Mark your calendars for Martinis in May. Saturday, May 17th at the Whitetail Inn. Live music with Tony Ocean. Tickets available online or at the Chamber office.
All right, welcome back, folks. Here's a recap of the storm reports from today. A few tornadoes out there, plenty of hail, and a few downed trees across our viewing area for today. 7-day forecast shows we're going to cool off this weekend in the 50s, and then we are going to see those 60s return Monday and the Tuesday, but then another cool day in the Wednesday. 50s are sticking around.
Let's enjoy tomorrow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. 72, that'll be 50s. All right, well, thanks for joining us. We will see you back here tomorrow.
Get up to 60% off list prices
at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Like a modern chaise with storage that's also a sleeper. Relax and recline for just $495. Get a Sealy Queen mattress starting at $299.
Do not miss this one.
You work hard to put a roof over your head, and Overhead Solutions works hard to be the first choice as a trusted partner to help protect your investment. Our team doesn't just repair and replace roofs. We install peace of mind. With years of experience and a passion for excellence, we are here to provide top quality roofing solutions tailored to your needs. Let us be your local and trusted partner. Call us today for a free estimate.
Look at how soft your towels are, Grandma.
Soft water really helps with that, and the soap savings really adds up. Did you know that it's less expensive to heat soft water than it is hard water?
Wow, that's great savings and good for the environment. Having good water does make a big difference in our family.
Speaking of family, look who it is.
Any service tech servicing your water equipment, call us at Maher's today.
What? No peanut butter and jelly sandwich today?
Maher Water, 888-796-2437.
Hey, isn't this cool? Well, it's not as cool as these, or these, or how about any of these?
There is so much summer fun left. Make it even better by getting out on the water in a new Malibu or Axis wave boat. Nobody knows wakeboarding, surfing, and skiing better. It produces waves that you'll wave about. We'll beat any competing price by $500 and we'll match deposits up to $1,000. Pick your new wave boat from the biggest selection and biggest showroom in the USA, only at American Marine Shawano.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet recently, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38